Beach, Florida. It's NJCAA Baseball, Daytona State in Florida Southern, already underway. Glad you're joining us on a picture-perfect Monday afternoon. Austin Dreyer, the southpaw on the mound. It's a big wave and a miss. Opening lineup for Florida Southern looks like this. Currently the center fielder fielding Goodwin. What a baseball name. Stands in for Florida Southern. He'll be followed by Anthony Sambito out in right field and Lance Mumford in the left. We'll continue it as Dreyer deals again. Thought about the swing. Appeal down to first. And that'll be ball 2 in the count. 2-1. Dreyer making his first start of the season, third appearance overall. As it fouls back, count will even at 2-2. Dreyer tries again. Fisted off the hands of Blooper to left field. That's in for a base hit. And fielding Goodwin as the first hit of the ball game. Leadoff man aboard for Florida Southern. This is a JV squad for Florida Southern. Division II team out of the Sunshine State Conference, making its season debut for the JV squad. Varsity team already sits at 3-0. But this is the first action of 2018. For the starting 9 today, here's Anthony Sambito. Stretching the pitch. Waving a miss there in the dirt. 0-1 on Sambito. To finish out the starting 9 for Florida Southern. Batting cleanup, it's Chance Whitlock, who'll also complete the battery. It's Alec Bigness takes the mound today for the Mocs. The 0-1. Hangs high, 1-1. Evan Cerny leads the infield at short. He hits in the 5-hole for Florida Southern. Tim Sabo at the hot corner of third, batting 6th. In the 7th spot, Blaze Byrne over at first. Swing and a miss. Nasty movement there from Austin Dreyer, down and in. 1-2 as it moves in his favor. In the 8-hole, DH, Travis Moore, and batting 9th at second base, Reed Kopnick. Off Speedway, count will even at 2. Leadoff man aboard for Florida Southern without a score here in the top of the first. 2-2. Got him swinging. Foul tipped into the mitt of the batter, McDawson Posick. And now there's 2 away. Pardon me there. That's Anthony Sambito aboard first. We missed that first out, so I can tell you fielding Goodwin is out. Can't tell you how, but there's 2 away here as Chance Whitlock out of the cleanup spot stands in, crouched down. Rips one hard out to third, but foul. Defensively for Daytona State, again with Austin Dreyer making his first start of the year, third appearance. It's Trey Thigpen out in left. Justin Rodriguez, man center field. Nick Zimpf over in right. And this one rolls away from Posick. Runner will head to second as Sambito finds himself in scoring position. And so the Mocs have a runner in scoring position here in the top of the first. A look back at second, the 0-2. Called strike 3, breaking ball just nails the upper corner. And Austin Dreyer gets a pair to close out the first. We'll head to the home half of the first inning. Thigpen, Rodriguez, and Alan Burnsett coming up for the Falcons. And we welcome you back. Home half of the first as Daytona State prepares to enter the box with Trey Thigpen leading it off against the big righty, number 1, Alex Bigness. On the mound for Florida Southern, no score in the top of the first. Austin Dreher struck out the final 2 batters, Lance Mumford and Chance Whitlock. With no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. There you can see Bigness, the righty, on the mound for the Mocs, making his season debut for the JV squad. Under head coach Nate Strize, who recently joined Florida Southern in the summer of 2016. Second year as the JV head coach, native of Lakeland, Florida, so didn't have to go far to return to Florida Southern. 2007 Polk County Player of the Year at Santa Fe Catholic High School. Chance to lead his hometown team, and here's Trey Thigpen standing in for Daytona State. The Falcons are 1-3 on the season, dropped a couple of tough ones to the preseason number 7 team. Out of Region 8, Polk State College, most recently falling 14-5, and Bigness opens up with a fastball down the pipe. 0-1 here to Trey Thigpen. Thigpen hitting .077 on the season. Just 1 hit and 13 tries. And spoils off the 0-1. Count falls to 0-2. Defensively, for Florida Southern, it's Byrne at first base. Kopnick takes second. Cerny's at short with Sabo at third. Whitlock completes the battery. Breaking ball wasted away, 1-2. Mumford in left. Goodwin man center, and Sambito out in right. The offering. Breaking ball fought off. Hit down the right field side. It'll roll foul. And another chance here for Trey Thigpen. So you can see, beautiful day for baseball, 64 degrees, but the wind is blowing from right to left at about 10 miles an hour. Another 1-2. Did he go around, appeal to first? And he did. Alec Bigness opens up with a K, and we've got a very early pitcher's duel here. 3 straight strikeouts spanning 2 innings. And here's the center fielder, Justin Rodriguez, up for Daytona State. .125 hitter. The offering. Breaking ball a bit too far inside, 1-0. You can see Lewis Hancock behind home plate calling the balls and strikes today. Tom Skank mans the field. Fastball sits in there, 1-1. And that most recent game for Rodriguez, who fouls it off there, falls behind at 1-2. Went hitless in a couple of tries, did bring home a run. And struck out twice in the ballgame. 1-2 in the dirt, count will even on the Daytona State center fielder. Fastball dribbled out to the right side of the infield. Kopnick, quick play at first, and he's safe. Rodriguez beats it out. An infield single for the speedy center fielder. A great jump out of the box. Wasn't the hardest hit ground ball out to second base. But Kopnick wasn't exactly in a big rush to get it over to first. And so the Falcons have one aboard here for Alan Burnson, the first baseman. Bigness now into the stretch. Kopnick to his left. And there's 2 away, but that gets Rodriguez out to second base. Off the 4-3 putout. And so now out of the cleanup spot, an opportunity for Daytona State to take an early lead, as the DH Mario Presutti strolls in from the right side. And Bigness way off target there. Rodriguez will scoot ever closer out to third. And the Falcons are only a base away here from playing a little bit of small ball to take an early lead. Rodriguez got to first off an infield single, to second off a putout, now to third on a wild pitch. Bigness comes right back, not a bad spot, but won't get the call from Hancock, and it's 2-0 on Prasuti. Hitting right at 200 on the season, 3 for 15 this year. One extra base hit, it was a double. So he looks for his first RBI and may not have an opportunity as the count moves to 3-0. He deals. And that expanding strike zone on a 3-0 will put one strike in the count. Already 16 pitches for Bigness here in the first. Chopper out to short, handled by Cerny. Long throw, he hustles over to first. And he beats it out. A single out towards short, and the Falcons take a 1-0 lead. First RBI of the season for Mario Prasuti. So it brings home Justin Rodriguez. One on, two away. And waves and misses. Peek back over at first, and Prasuti dives back in. The offering to Anthony Perino falls away. So a 1-0 Falcon lead. And Bigness started out with a strikeout against Trey Thigpen, but is having a difficult time coming back to the zone here. By the way, for Rodriguez, that was a team-high 4th run scored of the season. Tries again, fastball a bit high. And the first walk for Bigness puts 2 Falcons aboard here with 2 away in the top of the, or home of the half of the first. And that'll draw a quick visit out to the mound for Florida Southern and Nate Strice. 2 on, 2 away for the catcher number 12, Dawson Posick for Daytona State, in a 1-0 Falcon lead. As Bigness has already worked his way up to over 20 pitches here in the first inning. And according to the lineup we received from Strice, this is the JV squad for Florida Southern. There's only 2 other pitchers listed as well. Both righties, Gareth Johnson and Ryan Schneider. Breaking ball hangs high, out to first. Byrne is able to squeeze it in, and that will conclude the first inning. But the Falcons take first blood with an infield RBI single from Mario Prasuti. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and a pair of Falcons left aboard. 1 in the books, Daytona State on top of Florida Southern, 1-0. Top of the second inning, 1-0 lead for Daytona State. Austin Dreyer on for second inning of action. Faces the middle of the Moccasin lineup. Evan Cerny up. Grounds one hard, but foul out to third. Cerny, the shortstop, will be followed by the third baseman Tim Sabo and Blaze Byrne. First baseman out of the seventh spot. Up for the Mocs here in the second. Count evens to 1-1. Here on Evan Cerny for Dreyer in the first. It was the longest inning he's worked this year. Third appearance, but has yet to complete a full inning. Hangs away 2-1. Allowed one base runner, Anthony Sambito, with a single. But that was it. Strikeouts of Lance Mumford and Chase Whitlock concluded the Moccasin first. And there's one right down International Speedway, 2-2 on Evan Cerny. Last appearance for Dreyer was on the last game for Daytona State, as he works quickly here, and the count remains 2-2 with a foul by Cerny. A third of an inning against Polk State this weekend. 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a walk and a punch-out. Back with a 2-2, grounded hard to short. A diving effort by Baber, up and throwing, but not going to be in time. Applaud the effort by the Daytona State shortstop, Dustin Baber, number 13, stretching deep in the hole. Out at short with a dive to his right. So take another look at that one. See, quick out of the box is Evan Cerny, the shortstop. And Dreyer comes back with a strike, 0-1. So leadoff man aboard for the Moccasins, a 1-0 lead for Daytona State in the top of the second. Goes to the pickoff move to first base. They have him in a rundown. Tossed down to second. And he's out. Never going to be easy to try to steal second base with a lefty pitcher into the stretch. There's out number one of the second for the Moccasins. And Sabo's all on top of that one. 2 strikes in the count. 1-3-6 on the pickoff. And there's strike 3, breaking ball down and in. So confidence booster off the pickoff for Austin Dreyer as he sets down Sabo. That's his third strikeout already. 2 outs, top of the second, nobody aboard. Here's Blaze Byrne, the first baseman. And he'll take a strike on the outer edge. 1-0 lead for Daytona State in the second. 0-1 fought out towards right field, and a knock for Blaze Byrne. Reach for that one, down and away. And second base runner for the Moccasins here in the second. 8-hole up in the DH, Travis Moore. As Nate Strice has sent up a bevy of right-handers versus the southpaw. Big breaking ball, but off the table. 1-0. Second pitch of the at-bat. Grounder to short, picked up by the third baseman Nagy, goes the short round, and that'll do it for the second inning. With the fielder's choice, 5-4 on the putout of Blaze Byrne. So another scoreless inning for Austin Dreyer. Falcons own a 1-0 lead. They're going to come to bat here in the second. Daytona State stepping up to the plate, leading 1-0 over Florida Southern's JV squad. Nolan Alexander with you from a sunny Monday afternoon here at the world's most famous beach, Daytona Beach, Florida, just less than a couple of miles away from the beautiful sands of Daytona Beach. Bigness back to work here in the first. Faces the shortstop, Dustin Baber, counts 1-0. 7, 8, 9 hole hitters up for the Falcons. Baber followed by Nick Zimpf and Jack Nagy. Tomahawk swing, chopped out foul, 1-1 on Dustin Baber. Baber's hitting a .182, 2 for 11 on the season, tied for the team lead entering today with 4 ribbies. Awaits the 1-1. Nice breaking ball from Bigness. Doesn't get the call, though, from Hancock. Did appear to be a bit inside. 2-1 on Baber. Works quickly. Fastball away, 3-1. And gets a high strike call. Count is full on Dustin Baber here at 3-2. The sophomore out of Babson Park, Florida. You saw earlier on our graphics, second year of the program. Sophomore awaits. And chops it out to third. Nice pickup there by Sabo. Looping throw to first. And one away for the Falcons. And they're half of the second. Number 22, Nick Zimpf, the right fielder, steps up for Daytona State. Freshman out of Palm Coast. Just north of here, Flagler Palm Coast High School. Wants his first hit here. Just his second at bat, 0 for 1 of the season. Swinging early. Fouled off, 0-1. As you can see, a decent crowd here for a 3 o'clock start on a Monday. 0-1. Hard fastball, ripped hard too, but foul, 0-2. Imagine some got off work early. Some didn't have work. And there's some that maybe called in sick after that great Super Bowl last night. 0-2, spoiled in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nick Zimpf. The pitch from Bigness. Fought off the hands and fouled back behind the plate. Whitlock won't be able to track it down as it runs up against the netting. Lots of work here for Alec Bigness, approaching 30 pitches in the game. Just an inning and a third of work. Comes back here just below the hands. 2-2 on Nick Zimpf, who's shown a pretty good eye for someone in just his second at bat of the season. And works the count full at 3-2. Back-to-back full counts for Alec Bigness. And Markson starting Hurler here in the second. And a good effort there by Zimpf on the inside heater. Another payoff. Fought off again, and you can see Bigness challenging Zimpf on that inner half of the zone. Trying to get him inside near the hands with a tomahawk cut. Goes back to a similar spot, and Zimpf gives this one a lift deep out towards left center field off the wall. Zimpf will coast into second base with a 1-out double for Daytona State. First extra base hit of the ballgame for either squad. And what an at-bat there for the 8-hole hitter, Nick Zimpf, working the count full to 3-2, fighting off a lot of tough pitches. And then taking one, a breaking ball that looked just above the zone, but continuing to give it good lift. That undercut swing. And Bigness will start out the 9-hole hitter, Jack Nagy, down and away, 1-0. And there for a strike, 1-1. And not only is that the first extra base hit for Daytona State thus far, that's the first hit for the Falcons that has come outside of the infield. They had 2 infield singles in the first. Breaking ball won't go. 2 balls and a strike. And Nagy calls for time. Despite hitting in the 9-hole, he's been the hottest hitter thus far in the early season. 5 for 9. And now has a 3-1 count. 1 RBI. No extra base hits. They've all been singles. He's scored a couple of times. Also drawn a team-high 4 free passes. Bigness deals. And that one hits him off the front sleeve. And you can see Nagy is in a hustle to get over to first base. The Falcons have 2 aboard. And in prime situation here to add to their 1-0 lead as Trey Thigpen rolls in. Bigness got off to a good start through 1 batter with Trey Thigpen striking out to open up the home half of the first. The Falcons have since rebounded nicely on the offensive side, 1-0. After that, Justin Rodriguez reached on an infield single. Got to second on an Alan Burnson ground out. Then Mario Prasotti drove him in. 2-0. Tries to find the zone, and he does belt high against Thigpen. The pitch. Breaking ball inside, 3-1. Already a walk and a hit batter for Alec Bigness in just an inning and a third. Make that walk number 2. Trey Thigpen is aboard, and the bags are full of Falcons for Justin Rodriguez, who scored the lone run of the ballgame. He reached on an infield single just an inning ago. And again, just 2 other pitchers have traveled on the JV squad for Florida Southern, so this is a big learning opportunity for Alec Bigness to try to work out of this big jam. And he's having trouble really finding the zone here. 1-0, missing deep inside. Redshirt freshman awaits and rips one hard down the third base side. A base hit rolling into left field. One comes home. Second Falcon on his way. They're going to wave a runner around third, and he's in before the throw. 3-run score on the big double by Justin Rodriguez, and the Falcons dominating early 4-0 over Florida Southern. First double of the season for Rodriguez. He already has a triple. And now 7 RBI lead the team. Daytona State not done yet. Just 1 out here in the second. As the breaking ball falls off to Alan Burnson, who's a name that Nate Strize and head coach Lance Necro know very well. He is signed to play at Florida Southern next year. Pickoff move over to third as the runner heads in. Rodriguez in there before the throw with a swipe. And you can see the effort sporting all the clay on those pretty pinstripe whites. Second stolen base of the year for Rodriguez. Good offering on the 2-0, but fouled away. 2-1 on Burnset. Bigness deals. Big miss there on some high cheese 2-2. So that was Nick Zimpf scoring, as he was the first base runner to reach for Daytona State here in the second. With a double, Jack Nagy was hit by a pitch. And then Trey Thigpen off the walk, all coming home to score with a Justin Rodriguez double to left. Some words of advice from head coach Tim Tuma, 17th year at the helm here at Daytona State. As he looks to get the Falcons above 500 this season. They are 500 overall, 500 in conference play a year ago at 21-21, and then reverse that 12-12 in the Mid-Florida Conference. The pitch. Big breaking ball, strike three through the front door, freezes Burnset. And there's two away here in the Falcons' second. Already one RBI to his total. Mario Presutti, the DH, up for Daytona State. Bigness fires up and in, 1-0. One-0 pitch, a big cut. Hammered foul out towards left, 1-1. And what a way here for Daytona State to rid itself of a sour taste. Falcons 1-3 in the season. Dropped a couple tough ones to Polk State College over the weekend. And the dirt, 2-1. But no opponent to hang your head on. The Eagles came in, as I said earlier, ranked 7th in the preseason in Region 8. 3-1 up and into Presetti. He deals. Fastball just nipping the inside knee of Presetti. And so yet another full count here for Alec Bigness. His third of just the second inning. And there's ball 4. Not enough to keep Rodriguez from thinking about testing it out at home, and that's the second walk of the inning, also a hit batter for Bigness in the second. And now is the 8th batter for Daytona State to stand in the second frame, Anthony Perino, the second baseman, who walked on 4 pitches in the first. And he takes a fastball low, 1-0. You can see Perino, the freshman, 5'10", 185. Long way down here from Locust Valley, New York. Presetti back in safe with a pickoff. Fastball just inside in the upper end at 1-1. 1 of 2 from the Empire State on this squad, along with Justin Rodriguez, who hangs at third. Rodriguez, a Long Island native. He had a 3 RBI double to give Daytona State this 4-0 lead. Ground ball to short just underneath the glove of Cerny. Another base knock, and the Falcons lead 5-0 in the second. Second RBI, or first RBI for Anthony Perino today. And you can see the tunnel of high fives over in the Falcons' first base dugout. It's Rodriguez to score there, who, as I said earlier, had that 3 RBI double, also stole third base here in the inning. And Strides is back to the mound. This the JV team for Florida Southern, so first game of the season for the Moccasins. And Alec Bigness is only going to go up from here. He's had a very rough second inning, giving up 4 runs. And now the 9th batter of the frame stands in, Dawson Posick, who's 0 for 1 with a pop-up. Lewis Hancock looks to break up the powwow. Right before he gets there, Strides gets the message. and strolls back to the third base dugout. So 2 aboard, 2 outs for the Falcons in the second, leading 5-0. And Posick takes right down the middle, 0-1. And time call. 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors already in this inning for Daytona State. Down and away. 1-1 on Posick. The pitch from Bigness. Fastball framed up by his battery mate Whitlock. Nice job holding in the outer edge, touching the black. 1-2 on Posick. Big breaking ball. And Bigness thought he had as he strolled off the right side. Instead, he's got to work with an even count, 2-2. I dare to say that's the biggest 12-6 curve we've seen from the freshman today. I couldn't get the call. Tries again. Takes a little off here as it's sent out towards left, but foul. And you can see that wind blowing. Judging off that American flag out in left field. Another 2-2. Breaking ball a little high. It's got to work with a full count at 3-2, and with runners on first and second, here comes an action pitch for Daytona State. And if Posick can find a hole, Falcons have a chance to make this a touchdown ball game. Spoils off the 3-2. Prasuti at second, Perino at first. Posick trying to complete the triple Ps. And rips this one out to left field. That's going to bring 1 in. Runner holds at second base. 6-0 Daytona State. 5 runs in the second inning. And the first hit for Posick today. That's Prasuti scoring. Perino holds at second. And already Daytona State, not even through 2 innings, has surpassed its most recent run total. Falcons fell to the Eagles of Polk State this past weekend, 14-5 in the last game. And the lineup will turn over with Dustin Baber facing a new man is Alec Bigness. Sees his day done with just an inning and 2/3. Responsible for all 6 runs the Falcons have scored. And the 2 men on base. Daytona State leading this one 6-0. And the new pitcher will be Gareth Johnson, number 16, one of just 3 pitchers that have traveled with the JV squad here for Florida Southern. So Bigness here in the 4th, 5 runs. Coming off 4 hits. No errors. And he's still on the tag for Perino at second and Posick at first. So Gareth Johnson, another righty. Try to end the nightmare second for Florida Southern. In the meantime, if you're the southpaw starter for Daytona State, Austin Dreher, you may have to head back out to the bullpen just to stay warm in this one. Not a cold day. You can see the sun is doing nothing but casting sunlight down on us here at Daytona State College. But it's been a good solid 20 minutes since you saw action out there on the mound. So Bigness will see his ERA balloon and have to wait a minute before he comes back out on the hill for the Florida Southern JV squad. This is, I said, their first game of the season. They will play Wednesday at home against Inspiration Academy, and then the Falcons will head down a week from today for a 7 p.m. first pitch at Daytona State. So there's Dreyer. Just going to watch this one in the dugout. He's feeling good. You can see that grin on his face.
Now batting.
Even knows the camera's looking at him, too. So Dustin Baber bats for the second time in the second inning. Daytona State leading this one big, 6-0. 0 for 1 on a 3-2 pitch, grounded out to third. And the sidewinder fires away 1-0. Johnson deals. Off speed over the middle, 1-1. Look back at second, the 1-1. Ripped a line drive out towards center field. That's going to bring home a run. Center fielder bobbling it. That's Fielding Goodwin not leading up to his name. That will allow Baber to take second base. Runner holds at third. That's Dawson Posick. And count the extra points. 7-0 Falcons leading the Mocs. So give Baber the single. And then an error on the fielding attempt by Fielding Goodwin. Offering comes in low to Nick Zimpf, who had the first base hit of this inning. If you remember that one some time ago in the earlier half of this 3 o'clock hour. Took a full count, ripped a double out to left. Now is a 1-1 count. That was a big hit out to left off the wall. Takes high, 2-1, and I would not pitch him high because that's what he did. Alec Bigness gave him breaking ball after breaking ball in near the hands, left one high up over the plate, and Zimpf made him pay. 3-1 the count. Zimpf a little too far underneath this one. Byrne will try to track it down as he loses his hat, but runs out of real estate. 3-2, another full count on Zimpf. So if you're scoring at home, you can go back and charge that run to Alec Bigness, now responsible for all 7. Johnson's payoff. Hard ground ball to the left side, but foul. Righty on righty. Swinging a foul again. And Zimpf is making these Moccasin pitchers work for it here today. Saw 7 pitches in the first at bat. Looking at number 6 here. Inside for ball 4, and the bags are full of Falcons. First walk for Johnson in relief. And now we'll face the red-hot Jack Nagy. Nagy was hit by a pitch on the front left sleeve in his first at-bat off a 2-1 count. And was one of 3 Falcons to score on a Justin Rodriguez 2-bagger. Johnson deals and places a nice fastball right down the pipe, 0-1. Deals. Ground ball playable in the infield. Cerny with the pick. Flip over to first, and the inning finally comes to a close for Florida Southern. But not before the Falcons of Daytona State put 6 on the board. 6 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 3 runners left on base. We go to the third. Touchdown, extra point, it's good. 7-0 Falcons lead. Daytona State with a huge second inning, 6 runs to the board, chasing out the starter for Florida Southern, Alec Bigness, after an inning and 2/3. Responsible for all 7 runs off 6 hits today. And Austin Dreyer, yeah, he's pitching in this ball game. He's worked a quick 2 innings this far, and he's got the 9-hole hitter, Reed Kopnick, up. The 1-1 count. 1-2 as he takes him upstairs. First at bat of the season for Kopnick. Florida Southern JV squad opening up the season today. Tries to finish him off, but over the shoes, 2-2. It'll be Kopnick followed by Fielding Goodwin and Anthony Sambito for the Mocs. Full count here at 3-2. Just second full count for Austin Dreyer today. Quickly with the payoff. Called strike 3. Forgot to turn out the light in the attic upstairs. And Dreyer grabs strikeout number 4.
Number 8, Fielding Goodwin.
And here's Fielding Goodwin, 0 for 1 today. Dreyer wasting no time. Deals him a fastball down and in, 1-0. And places it in the zone, 1-1. So head coach Tim Tuma likes to, or has to like, what he's seen out of his offense in Dreyer today. 17th year head coach for the Falcons, outside at 2-1. Tuma's a Florida native. Grew up in Lake Worth. Familiar with the JUCO route, too. As the 2-1s popped up and away. Evens the count at 2 apiece. He attended Palm Beach Community College. And then the second baseman had a lot of success with the Florida Gators. And did it off the field, too. Academic All-SEC performer. Hard rip out towards left field. As Thigpen looks to circle in underneath it. 1 gone. Two again. Swing and a miss, fastball away. 2 up, 2 down for Austin Dreyer. And Tuma has continued that academic prestige that he had at Florida. He's instilled that here in his Daytona State program, not only this year, but in years prior, too. As Dreyer is doing nothing but fire and strikes here, it's Anthony Sambito, the next man up for the Mocs, 0-1. This year, this team had a 3.82 GPA in the fall. 0-1 ripped towards the left side and through for a base knock. And Sambito sits 2 for 2 today. That's his second single.
Now batting, number 25.
But this team has now won 11 consecutive National Team Academic Awards under Tim Tuma. Over 30 consecutive semesters, the 3.0 or higher GPA. So not only do you give credit to the program for Daytona State, the academic counselors as well, but for Tuma, as it's ripped to the right side, Burnside can't handle it. Heading towards third is Sambito. He's in, and the Mocs have runners in the corners looking for their first run of the ball game after Lance Mumford picks up his first hit. But to finish the thought for Tuma, I think that comes out to recruiting too. Knowing who you're looking for. Players that want to succeed and know the importance of what you have to do in the classroom to move on to the next level, wherever that may be. And he already has 4 signees with a Division I team. Then Burnside over at first, who couldn't handle that hot grounder. He's heading to Florida Southern next year. Want to note a Chance Whitlock, cleanup hitter, catcher, 0 for 1. Was frozen on a 1-2 count in the first. 7-0 lead for Daytona State over Florida Southern JV. 1-0 popped up. Out in right field, Zimpf puts a close to the inning, and the goose egg hangs for Florida Southern. But the Mocs threaten, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. Falcons look to add to their lead in the home half of the third. And welcome back home after the third. 7-0 Daytona State on top of the Florida Southern JV squad. You can see some upcoming action here for Daytona State. Eastern Florida State making its way to the world's most famous beach. And then we'll see a couple more JV squads. Florida Southern again on February 12th in between. Jacksonville squad Edward Waters bringing its talents down to Daytona Beach. Baseball season well underway here for the Falcons, sitting at 1-3 on the season. Gareth Johnson came on in relief an inning ago after the Falcons put a 6 spot up on the scoreboard, making our operator earn his keep today. And starts out with a strike here to Trey Thigpen, leadoff hitter. A strikeout and a walk and a run scored. And now a hit by pitch. That one just got away from Gareth Johnson. And Justin Rodriguez, halfway to the cycle today, he's got a single and a double. And 3 RBI for the Long Island native. And you can hear the chatter support out of the Falcons dugout. Big cut there. He was looking for another extra base hit, but underneath 0-1. Pickoff move over to first. Back in safely is Trey Thigpen. Have been noted of a defensive sub for Daytona State as Trent Taylor, redshirt freshman out of Merritt Island, north of here, switches out for Dustin Baber at short. Baber hitting in the 7-hole. Rodriguez takes below the zone, 1-1. So Baber's day is done, 1 for 2 with a single. From the belt, the 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. Baber has not seen any action on the mound, but he is listed as a right-handed pitcher as well for the Winter Haven Senior High School graduate. Rodriguez lifts this one out towards center field. Goodwin on the run, not going to get there. Runner waved around third. Can Rodriguez head over to third base? And he is in before the throw. Single, double, and a triple. Just a long ball away from the cycle now. And it's an 8-0 Daytona State lead.
Now batting, number 21, Allen.
You can see the fist bump of excitement for David Maberny. Out for his teammate Rodriguez. What an effort from the 2-hole hitter. Alan Burnside lifts it out towards center field. Goodwin tracking to the right. Up underneath, Rodriguez going to be able to score easily off the sacrifice fly. 9-0 Falcons over the Moccasins here in the third.
Now batting, number 20, Mario Pizzuti.
And Mario Pizzuti stands in. Part of me ruled that a single there. Trying to judge it off of my screen, my eyesight's not the best. And Pizzuti stands in here for a strike, 0-1. So first RBI for Burnside today. And Rodriguez has now scored 3 times. Takes away 1-1. Pizzuti is single off a 3-1 count in the first and worked a full count against then starter Alec Bigness in the first. Ended up taking the walk and later scored. Part of a 6-run second inning for the Falcons. Already got 2 here in the third, still without an out. And now 2-1. The pitch to Pizzuti. 3 balls and a strike. Gareth Johnson came on in relief of Bigness an inning ago. Has since given up 3 base hits, a walk, and hit a batter. The 3-1 goes right with a fastball down the middle, and Pizzuti takes all the way. And time taken by Pizzuti, the DH. The pitch, the Fort Pierce, Florida native, outside ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Pizzuti. The last 2 times he strolled to the dish. Now Anthony Perino up, who's got a walk and a single already. That last single drove in a run in the big second frame. Two on, no outs. Big cut here by Perino. Deep out towards left center. Goodwin can't track it down. Extra bases for Perino. Coming home to score is Burnstead. Pursuti follows him, and a head-first slide into third for Anthony Perino. A 2-run triple for the Falcons. $11-0 Daytona State over Florida Southern.
Now batting, number 12, Dawson.
And the Falcons are just taking BP right now. Dawson Posick wants to get in on the action again. He singled in the second. Have another look at that big cut and the hustle around second base. All the way in, darting up the jersey. Didn't even need to without a throw. That's what you do when you're a ball player. 0-1 the count here to Posick. He takes a big cut. Out towards center field. Goodwin drifting back at the wall. And able to haul it in. Charging in from third base is Anthony Perino. 12-0 Daytona State. Sacrifice fly for Posick. Another RBI for him. And first at bat of the day for Trent Taylor, the sub for Justin Baber. Baber, as I said earlier, went 1 for 2 on the day. He is one of 4 Division I signees on this Daytona State squad. He will head to the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference in Greensboro, North Carolina, a lovely baseball town. Next year he'll be an Aggie for North Carolina A&T. Taylor takes low, 1-0. Taylor, a redshirt freshman, 6', 160, out of Merritt Island, Florida. Hitting .286 on the season, 4 hits, 1 double, and lifts this one out towards left field. On the run, losing the cap is Mumford, but he records the second out. Have 7, 2 away, and Nick Zimpf up.
22, Nick Zimpf.
Zimpf, a double and a walk. Grounds the first pitch, foul to third, 0-1. The other Division I signees for Daytona State are going to stay within the Sunshine State. David Mayberry is heading to North Florida. Zach Bryan is going to Jacksonville, and Matt Sparling to Boca Raton in Florida Atlantic. Strong squad in Conference USA, counts 0-2. You can make the same case for UNF and Jacksonville out of the A-Sun. Jacksonville won the regular season last year, and UNF has been a strong program for quite some time. And the 0-2 hits him. Nick Zimpf is on first base for the 3rd time today, but first time being a ball magnet. And third baseman Jack Nagy strolls up. Looks for his first base hit. He's been hit by a pitch like how Zimpf just had it. But he concluded the big second inning with a pop-up to short. Johnson deals. Hangs high, 1-0. $12-0 Falcons over the Mocs. Lift off here, out towards right center field. Goodwin on the trot, but it'll be Sambito who hauls it in. And the frame comes to a close. More action for Daytona State. 5 runs here in the 3rd off Johnson. 3 in the books, and this one is all Falcons thus far. 12-0 Daytona State on top of Florida Southern with Evan Cerny up out of the 5-hole here in the 4th. That last inning for Daytona State, 5 runs off 4 hits. Half of those hits were triples. In the rare times you'll see that, and Austin Dreher has done nothing but fire home strikes today. He's got another here on Cerny, who's 1 for 1 with a single, but he was picked off first base following suit. And there's strike number 2 is Dreher gets some late action on the offering. Spoiled off out to right field, but foul. What a start to the Daytona State career for the southpaw Austin Dreher. Before he even took action this spring, he was a notable name on campus. This breaking ball misses by just a hair there, 2-2. Named Mr. Daytona State this past fall. Fastball fought off again. Southpaw delivers. Grounded foul once more. In search of yet another strikeout, he had 2 in the 3rd inning, and they came in back-to-back batters. Kopnick went down looking, Goodwin down swinging. Another 2-2 and another foul once more. Had 2 strikeouts in the 1st against the 3- and 4-hole hitters, Lance Mumford and Chance Whitlock, and then just 1 in between against Tim Sabo, who's on deck. Another 2-2. Full count here at 3-2. The payoff, and it's a free pass. First walk for Austin Dreher this afternoon. It's the leadoff man, Evan Cerny. Here's Tim Sabo, the 3rd baseman. And comes right back with a heater in the zone, 0-1. For Dreher thus far, obviously no runs this 12-0 Daytona State lead. He's given up 5 base hits. Swing and a miss, and 0-2. And he stranded 4 runners. Making his first start of the season today. Kicks and deals. Check swing upstairs, the appeal. And the at-bat continues. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Up underneath, shedding the mask is Posick, and he's able to track it in. 1 away in the Mocs 4th. That'll bring up first baseman Blaze Burns, sitting 1 for 1 with a 1-bagger. Takes a belt high, 0-1. This is a Florida Southern program. This is the JV squad today. But a very proud Florida Southern program, a team that has already claimed 9 national championships in program history. Big offering here, flown out left field on the run, a diving attempt, and Thigpen is able to bring it in. Or webbed him out in left field by the leadoff hitter, Trey Thigpen. Going downtown to scoop it up over the very well manicured grass. I want to give a shout out to the grounds crew today. Let's have another look at that one. Good cut on the action. Thigpen quick with his first step, all the way extended out in left field. So after the leadoff walk to Evan Cerny, Austin Dreher is set down back-to-back moccasins. And sits with a 1-1 count on the 8-hole hitter, DH Travis Moore. The 1-1. Hard rib out towards third base, scooped up by Nagy. His throw across the diamond in time, and Austin Dreyer continues to work with a shutout. Leadoff walk doesn't bite him. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left on. Bottom four coming up. Falcons 12, Mocs nothing. And welcome back. Home half of the fourth inning. Daytona State 12, Florida Southern nothing. And it's the old baseball adage. You make a great play in the field, you lead off the next inning. That's just how it works. And we'll see the leadoff man, Trey Thigpen, after a web gem in left field. Started out for Daytona State here in the home half of the fourth. Thigpen has yet to record a hit. He's had a strikeout, a walk, and he's been hit by a pitch. He has scored twice today. Johnson continues to work in relief for the Moccasins. And the sidewinder deals it in there. 0-1. Or correction, new pitcher out for Florida Southern now. Number 41, Ryan Schneider, standing in. Another sidewinder. He's got a much lower arm slot than the previous reliever, Johnson. If the name Thigpen is familiar for those around Daytona State, Trey's the son of Bobby, the chairman of the Daytona State College Foundation. 1-1 fought off the hands and upstairs, bloop to short. Certainly there to put it away. One up, one down. And here's Justin Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a long ball away from the cycle. He's done it in order. A single, a double, and a triple. Won't get a long cut on that one, 1-0. It's had a monster day at the plate. Deals up and away, 2-0. And if I'm Schreiber here, I'm giving him absolutely nothing to work with. But Rodriguez makes something out of it out into right field. No chance of the home run there, but he's going to hustle in and turn it into two. Another extra base hit, second double for Justin Rodriguez, and a play that Florida Southern wasn't in that much of a hurry to bring it in from the outfield. But a headsy play there from Rodriguez. Alan Burnside up for Daytona State. Scheider deals and plunks him. So after a promising start to the inning with a pop-up to Trey Thigpen, back-to-back base runners for the Falcons.
Now batting, number 20, Mario Pizzuti.
See, just got away there from Scheiber. Released it a hair too quick. Follows through better there and hits the outer edge. 0-1 to Mario Prasuti. DH has found a way to score his last 2 times on base, which have each come via the free pass. Single, 2 walks to his total. Swings on the 0-1, a big cut out towards left field, carrying deep out to left, and it's gone. A 3-run shot for Mario Prasuti, and it's a 15-0 lead for Daytona State. That's the home run that Justin Rodriguez was looking for to complete the cycle. Prasuti says, I'll be a good teammate. And takes one in the wheelhouse, makes Scheiber pay. A deep drive out to left, and you can see that wind is blowing out to left. But not sure if it mattered that much on the hammering cut by Prasuti. And a strike call to Anthony Perino, who's also halfway to this cycle. He got the toughest part out of the way with a triple. Singled in the second and walked in his first at bat on 4 pitches. Scheiber's 0-1. Grounded out to second base. Kopnick on the scoop, and there's 2 away, 4-3. And here's Dawson Posick, the catcher. Pop-up single and a sac fly today. And takes down and away 1-0. Count will even, 1-1 with the strike. Posick's been a good battery mate to Austin Dreyer today. Falls in there with a late break at 1-2. Thought he's done a nice job working the edge for his starter Dreyer. A pitcher that likes to work in a quick rhythm, and his catchers helped him out today. Swings and misses, can't connect on the breaking ball, and the inning comes to a close. However, the Falcons add 3 more to their total with a big blast from Mario Prasuti out to left field after 4. 15-0 Daytona State. And welcome back to beautiful Daytona State College. 15-0. The Falcons dominating the JV squad for Florida Southern. And a new man on the hill, Jack Gallo, the freshman out of Melbourne, Florida, steps in to relieve Austin Dreyer. with a fantastic start today. His first of the year for Dreher. 4 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 5 punch-outs, and just 1 walk. And line for the victory today. And in the 9-1-2 hitters, up for Florida Southern, starting with Reed Kopnick here against Gallo. And 2-0 the count. Gallo makes his second appearance of the year, as it's popped foul, 2-1. He's pitched just a third of an inning, allowed 1 hit, and also hit 1 batter, but sports a clean ERA. 2-1's blooped out to center field on the run. Rodriguez showing off the glove too. The MVP candidate of the game today, with a home run away from the cycle, a 4-for-4 effort. Shows off the wheels out in center. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting.
And the offering fastball away, 1-0.
Now batting, number 5,
Cameron Gianlorenzo steps up for Florida Southern and takes one out of play to right. Gallo with his stare down. Fires home, swing and a miss downstairs. Picked up by Posick. Throw a little high to first, but a good sidestep there from Burnshead. And he's got 2 outs. So Gallo, 6'3", 247. Continuing right where Austin Dreher, the lefty, left off. Anthony Sambito up, number 28. First offering flown out. Drifting over is Rodriguez. Underneath has the grab, and 3 up, 3 down for Florida Southern here in the top of the 5th. 15-0 Daytona State. All right, and due to the national speed-up rule, that's going to be your ball game. 15-0 Daytona State dominates Florida Southern today. Austin Dreher with a win. Justin Rodriguez, almost 10 RBI. He goes 4 for 4. We want to thank you for joining us for this exciting game between Florida Southern College JV and your Daytona State Falcons. A reminder, join us right here on WDSC TV 15 this Wednesday, February 7th at 6 and 8 p.m. for men's and women's basketball when the Falcons will take on FSCJ and the Blue Wave. For our entire WTSC TV 15 crew, I'm Nolan Alexander signing off. We'll see you next time. Falcons win big, 15-0 over Florida Southern.